live.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to the 17th edition. Really? Is it 17 already, Ike?
Yeah, it looks like.
17 if I can count correctly, 17.
Yep. Looks like your mic was breaking out. You good?
I think I got something playing twice here. Yeah, no, 17th edition of the Home Theater Hub. Thank you everyone for joining. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you joining each week. I'm going to start off with, if you would like to be a guest on the Home Theater Hub, please send us an email, a text message, something, a pigeon letter, anything. If you'd like to be a guest on the show,
Pigeon letters. What is this? Moscow? Like, we're starting off on boat foot, not the right foot, but boat foot.
yeah, no, send us drop us an email at hometheaterhublive@gmail.com if you'd like to be a guest on the show. Your theater doesn't have to be elaborate. It's just something that you enjoy. We will definitely enjoy it with you. We definitely prefer to do a home theater tour on every show if we can. So speaking of that, Mr. Ike, what's going on in your theater?
Nothing really. Not like absolutely nothing is going on in the home theater. Not even had time to watch a movie. But the last video I did has been doing kind of relatively well compared to my other videos, so that's encouraging. So I am finishing up my review on the SVS InWall 3000. So hopefully I should get that out soon. What else? I heard you have a package on the way though. Um, you didn't tell me that. Can you hear me? You, you already
Oh,
got it. Your mic is on mute. I can't hear you.
I had to cough there, so I apologize for that.
Ah,
Yes,
okay. So
yeah,
you finally got it. You beat me to it. Huh? I'm heartbroken, man.
I
So
got. I reached out to Raphael. So I'm afraid that I'm going to have to actually join the editing game again because
hey, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Yeah, we had a quick chat this morning, so he told me you should be getting it. So that's good.
yeah, definitely. Got the Revolution Player One 8K in, so
Yep.
I'm looking forward to doing a couple videos on that unboxing, deep diving into the UE and all that stuff. But let's bring up our panel.
Yep. Well, I thought you were going to unbox it for us today, but we'll
Hey,
let it
man,
slide.
I
We'll
could
let it slide.
do that, but it's not a problem. We can definitely I can arrange for that. I think I have a top view camera that I can set up here, but we I might have to set up that while we let Mr. Mitch do his theater tour. Mr. Mitch, welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
hi, pretty good. Welcome, welcome. Thank you.
Very nice to have you. I know we tried to have you last week, but unfortunately, I think you were a little under the weather there, and I was starting to get a little under the weather. But that doesn't stop me from talking. As you can tell, it was 2.5 later. I was still talking, and I finally had to end the show last week. But
Yeah, that was not a fun time for me last week.
tell us a little bit about yourself, Mitch. Where you living? What's going on in Mitch's life?
Yeah, so my name, like I said, my name's Mitch Rycook. I live in Altoona, Iowa, just a suburb of Des Moines. I am a computer systems engineer for the state of Iowa, working for the Department of Transportation. Yeah, I've been into audio, home theater, computers pretty much my entire life. So, yeah.
Very nice, very nice. So Iowa, is that where you grew up, or is that where you moved to?
Yeah, I've born and raised here. Yep.
Very nice, very nice. And of course, we got Mr. Paul in the house joining us back again. What's going on, Paul?
Oh, not much. Yeah, I remember now. I probably remember a little more. Another engineer. That's. I was like, yeah, that's right. We probably talked a bunch of engineered stuff that wasn't even audio related. But yeah, nothing much for me. I've been working, and I had to buy a nothing for the theater. Nothing's changed on that. I did mess around with some of the settings for the EDID information, and I'm trying to come up with a file that will be able to work with the Zadoo, so you can upload a custom format for whatever you want on that. And I'm hoping with that, I don't know how custom those EDID files get, if you can restrict the um, lumens capability of the display so the protocol can automatically adjust. But I'll have to um, work on that. But other than that, since I've been looking at so many Wireshark captures this week, I purchased a dual monitor display so I can turn one of them vertical so I can have an easier time of reading all my Wireshark captures, because it's daunting trying to look at 4,000 packets in a horizontal screen, doing all that scrolling and stuff. But that's the only thing that's changed, so that'll probably change my little podcasting layout here. But other than that, it's good to have Mitch on. Yeah, I know he's a pretty cool guy. So, and Kanga, of course, he's always
I'll get to
stylizing
Kanga and
the
Mitch in a
mouse.
minute. I have to address the elephant in the house with this professional picture that you're trying to outdo me and Ike with.
No, 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 no. I sent the mean mug funny one that I wanted up there. And that's all Ike. Ike he was like, I'm not putting that up on mine. I was like, all right. So I sent him like 4 more. Show him the other pictures that
I'm
can you
not
can
pulling. I'm
you
not pulling that up on live stream. I don't want to get a strike on my channel.
Oh, okay,
I was
okay. You
hoping
think
not
you're
to
gonna
even
get
address
banned?
that.
You might
Yeah,
get a lot more subscribers. You might even get some
not
female
the type of
subscribers.
subscribers I want. That would not be good for the health of the channel.
I saw this. You can stop sharing that. Like, I saw this today. I'm like, oh really? In a suit, this guy's going to one up us, right? So
Oh man.
figured I had to poke fun
Yeah,
at
what you don't know is, yes, behind the scenes I do work a professional career. And yes, I am just as smooshy as all the other smooshy people can be.
you. So we go from Paul being in the suit to Kanga being with the gauges. What's going on, Kanga?
How are you guys doing tonight? That's awesome. Once upon a time, I wore a suit, but I was in a different career at the time. So I actually put it in the shared. That's one of my LinkedIn profiles, and I don't know if I should go by those images anymore.
Oh man, let me see
Oh
if I
yeah,
can.
man, you are
Can
looking like a million bucks, bro. I'm telling you, I like that look.
Backstreet
That's
Boys
a
for sure.
Proper
pinstripe.
3-piece suit. Yeah. I used to work in security, and we had to do a lot of corporate gigs and hotel and a lot of things like that. Weddings, for instance. So I went through this phase where I was like half business, half this and that. So that's sort of where that came from. I enjoyed it for a bit, but I outgrew it all.
out there
No,
looking like this one of those Tommy Hilfiger models, man. Like,
Yeah.
Right? I know. It's like, yeah, how much Photoshop did you do there, man?
None. I was
Yeah, I know. I'm
dating a
just
very talented photographer, and that was a studio shot for her program, and I got lucky. I just happened to have some of the stuff together, and it was on order, let's just say. So I got lucky that once. I don't have any better pictures than that, and that was years ago. So I keep reusing it.
hey,
I was
nothing wrong with that, man.
hearing that. That's pretty awesome there. Yeah, no, I figured I'd poke fun at Paul just because I know I can. So, but
Of course, of course. I was gonna mention Miguel has his Smurf tube installed today.
oh man,
man, no,
Yeah.
man,
They
no.
did not pass the electrical the plumber broke the ground rod.
Oh wow!
And so they had to, and it was one that was underneath the slab, so they had to break up the slab to redo the ground rod.
Was it the
And his
plumber or
dad
was
Oh
was
it
no.
Don?
pissed.
Was
He
was
was
it was
like,
it
I'm
was it
sure he was
Don or was it the
cussing.
plumber? Who broke it?
I think I
The pl-
snuck up there and took it out.
Did Don take a flight out there
Mhm.
and slow the
He's trying to
project
slow him
down?
down. Yeah, that's what it was. It was probably Don. He's like, I'll show you.
So we got to get Miguel on this show too. So I mean,
Oh, I'm telling you, once this theater's done, which won't be too long from now, he'll be on. I'll
he
make
don't
him get on.
he don't need to have his theater done. Just have him get on and let's talk. I want to talk some build plans and everything else with him. See what he's got
Yeah, we
planned.
could do that. He's oh, I forgot. I don't even know where I was going with that thought.
Well, I'm hoping to finally get. Well, hopefully I'm not sick still, but I'm hoping to get a solid 2 days in. Maybe I'll probably start about 11 o'clock on Saturday because I have to do a little bit of work in the morning. But I'm hoping to get a solid 2 days in of drywalling. So
Man, we
gonna
should
put
start to say live home theater build and have you in the background just doing 2 hours worth of work on your theater every
that'll get a lot of views because
Or-
everybody knows I don't work very much. So
It's like, well, there's the two screws for this episode. And one of them was
I'll
you.
get this one halfway out and have some content for next week.
Oh boy. Boy. That's
No.
great.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get some time in to do that. I'm trying to take a vacation at the end of the month or maybe even the first week of April to try to make some serious progress on this thing because I really want to be done by the end of April, so that I can, not for anything particular, but um, I definitely want to get done before the release of Dune 2 because I
Oh
would
yeah.
love to see that in the theater. That would be awesome for me just to go ahead and do a double header of Dune 1 and Dune 2 because I've not seen either one. So
Oh,
that would
wow.
be awesome for me
Oh,
to
you
do it.
haven't seen either one of them. Oh
I,
wow. Oh
I
yeah,
see
you're in
one.
for a treat then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dune 1's pretty good. I mean, it's I would almost do yourself a favor and watch the original.
Mm.
A lot of people might not like that, but it will allow you to remember and enjoy the new one that much more and kind of
Oh,
understand because they don't go into as detail about the planets and the factions and stuff like that as much as they do on the original one to try to make you understand. They don't explain it. It's just kind of, oh, here's the, blah, 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 and here's the blah, and no, this is important. And they just really quick go over it, where on the original, I feel like they explain it a little better and make it a little easier to consume what all's going on.
yeah.
But that just could be my, lack of intelligence. So,
Wow.
What about you? Have you seen both parts of the Dune or Dune 2 yet? Were you able to see that over the weekend?
I haven't.
I
Not
have
too.
not seen
No,
I
part
haven't.
two.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in the YouTube space were talking about it. From what I understand, it got some really good reviews from a lot of
Yeah.
people. So looking forward to seeing that.
and people are hoping it's out at least on Kaleidoscape before M-Wave, and the better the movie, the longer it's going to stay out of digital format. I mean, if it's as good as they're saying, it'll be 6 months before it's released.
I thought
I don't think it's
Shane
gonna
Lee
wait
had posted a link for the Amazon pre-order.
Yeah, I saw. I'm just checking that right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see if there's a date on it yet, because
Even
some movies they'll hold out on as long as
like
they can.
Maverick came out like 4 months
Yep.
before the disc release date.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. Yeah, yep. And they it's just smart. It's supply and demand. If there's still that many, I know there's a certain target of audience that
There's no
falls
no
off
date.
in the theater, and then once they do that, once it hits that benchmark, they'll roll it out into discs so people will get more interested in it, because then there'll be more, word of mouth, like, oh, hey, I just got this movie, I watched it,
Yeah.
and then people will be like, oh, is it good? And they're like, oh, well, we wanted to see a movie, so then that kind of brings the the movie watching volume up a little, even though it kind of contradicts, but it's because, word of mouth travels pretty fast.
Yeah, so it looks like it grossed 200 million over the weekend, or just in 6 days. So, it's saying its break even number is 500 million. So
500 million. Yeah.
yeah, I think that it should surpass that. But I one thing that is drawing me to go see this in the theaters is, I live real close to Fort Lauderdale, and Fort Lauderdale has a 70 millimeter IMAX.
Nice.
So that's one thing that's, and I was looking the other day, how the ticket situation for that IMAX is. It's that they have tickets available. So I was thinking that the only reason I won't wait for the home theater is just because I may want to experience it in the 70 millimeter version for the IMAX. So I wanted to go see Oppenheimer in that, but that thing was literally sold out. Every time I looked at the website, it was sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. So I was surprised to see that there was actually still some tickets available for this. They only do, I guess they have like different shows during the day, because it's at the Museum of Art and Science, this IMAX that they have, and they play a lot of like nature IMAX and stuff like that during the day, I guess, for field trips and school events and everything else. So the actual movies, like something like Dune Part 2 or Oppenheimer or whatever, they don't start until 5 o'clock. I think there's just two showings per day. So, but yeah, no, definitely interested in this. Like I said, I definitely want to try to get the theater done, within a month's time, because I think that this may be creeping out early on digital.
Yeah,
So
you might get it on the Kscape right before it comes out on disc. So
yeah, if it comes out on digital, then Kscape should have it. So
It would be an easier transfer than waiting for the physical media to be printed.
yeah, that I agree with.
yeah,
I
definitely.
think so.
Shipping, distribution, blah, blah, blah.
So I'm going
Yeah.
to switch to another tab here that some of you guys may be interested. Since we're on the movie kick, let me just go ahead and switch right to this tab also. What about this? Any of you guys
pull that
any
up
of you
real quick?
guys picked up these? We got the James Cameron releases. I think they just came out.
Interesting.
No, not yet.
Is
Actually,
that like a
Titanic
bundle?
I just picked up.
Yeah,
I
I
have.
ended up getting the damn Titanic too, man. But I ain't watching that. That thing is too long. I just bought it so I can add it to my collection. But I'm not a
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
same
tell you
here.
that I just ripped the Titanic.
Why am I
The
sideways all of a sudden?
the visuals on the Titanic 4K are absolutely stunning. I mean, if you are a video enthusiast like you are, Ike,
Hey,
rewatch it.
hey, Mitch, you want to do a catwheel to the right? You just flipped. Oh.
I don't know why that flipped.
let, me, let me see if I can
We're now
post.
able to do tricks on
I mean,
our.
I'm still in 16:9 format, so I don't know that it's me.
Yeah, I don't know why you
Yeah.
flipped. There we go.
Oh, there you go. See what happened? I didn't do nothing on this side. Yeah, but Don,
Weird.
you were saying something about video quality. Were you referring to the Titanic?
Yeah, so I just ripped it and I pulled it up on this 4K TV that I have, played it through my computer,
Yeah.
and pulled it up on this 4K TV monitor that I'm using. And I'm telling you what, I could see every wrinkle in Rose's face when that movie first started, I mean, it just looked phenomenal. You know, the transfer just looks absolutely phenomenal. Um, and the Abyss. I'm not sure if you guys watch AV Nirvana's channel, but he has a section on his channel. His name's Todd. He has a section on his channel that they feature bass hunters. So it's movies with heavy bass, and he just last week he talked about the Abyss and how, because it's been out on Kaleidoscape for about a month. All these have been out on digital for about a month now.
Yeah, I
And
just watched that episode the other day.
yeah. So um, these these movies, The Abyss, True Lies, and Aliens, have all been out on Kaleidoscape and Voodoo and wherever you get your digital content from. But so we've had them available for a little while, and they definitely talk about how the Abyss has got some bass in it, reference quality bass for your home theater.
So does the Titanic 4K have film grain in it? The whole grainy stuff?
If it does, I didn't notice it.
Okay.
Wow.
It's really sharp. It's really sharpened up. I mean, it looks really good. I would put it up there with Lawrence of the Arabia of how good that looks.
Okay.
Wow.
So
True
bad.
Lies. It seems.
I heard that one was a
kinda-
little fuzzy.
It seems kind of odd in that mix of
Yeah.
4K release.
Yeah, but it's a
I'm
great
like,
movie.
really? True Lies? It's like,
people have been asking for these Cameron releases forever in 4K.
yeah.
So they've you can go ahead and stop sharing that. Right.
So this version of Aliens, is that a newer edition of the 4K? Because they've always had their, like, what they call like the quadrilogy set that's in 4K. So is this another edition or remaster or something?
I'm not sure. I think it was remastered, if I do recall correctly, and Cameron had a big part of all of these discs being remastered.
Okay, because he did the Aliens is part 2 in the Alien series, and not all of them were by the same director, from what I understand. So I guess that makes sense.
Comments if this is a remake or a remaster of the of Aliens, please let us know, because I'm not entirely sure.
I guess it would have to be. If it was Cameron specific, it probably would be.
So looks like we got a special guest in the house. Let me pull him in.
You have space for 6?
Yes, I do.
I got space for 9, man. Let's bring one.
I know, right?
Cool.
I gotta move
Got a
things around.
celebrity in the house.
I know, right?
Oh, I wouldn't say
It's
that.
Giles.
We got a celebrity.
What's up,
in
everybody?
The house.
Hey.
Oh, we're about to have 600 viewers. Watch this.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Jesus. Is he going to
Bring
show
it.
something that we're not supposed to be watching? Like,
Let me invite all my people on my OnlyFans over.
Dude,
They'll-
yeah, there you go.
Only frequencies.
Yeah, I just sent over the notice that said Ike shows his feet. So here we go.
Oh boy.
Yeah, subwoofer feet.
That's right, subs.
Yeah,
The subs.
I'm about
man.
to see my subwoofer feet, man. I
So
have
how's
a
everybody
couple of
doing?
them.
Everybody good?
Very good. Those of you that don't know, Mr. Jiles McCoy, in the center square there. I even put him in the center square.
I know, right? And I'm here struggling to
We can do the thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jiles, give us a little backstory for our audience that don't know you. Give us a little backstory about yourself.
Sure. I like long walks on the beach, moonlit night. Gosh, what do you think folks want to know? So I run a YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, X, all that stuff, and you can find them all at either at Jiles McCoy or at the Jiles McCoy. I cover what I like to call entertainment technology. right? And that is inclusive of home theater and 2-channel and gaming stuff and televisions. And so I've broadened out my horizons a little bit, right? So I used to be like hardcore, just theater only, that's it. But I'm really liking doing the TV thing and that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. I really enjoy it. It lets me go upstairs occasionally now, because I've turned the basement into, I guess, my mad scientist lab. But yeah, I do a lot of review work and content work, and I do editing and that kind of stuff on the side as well for folks, and do some website management and e-commerce platform management, that kind of stuff. And professionally, I've been in IT for, gosh, almost 30 years now. So I'm professionally, I'm in IT leadership, and have a lot of fun doing that stuff. So more than you ever wanted to know about me and were afraid to ask.
Hey, I saw you had this cool piece of gear coming recently, man. Did you finally get it set up? You get a lot of gears, but it's obvious the one I'm talking about, the video gear.
It's in the rack now. I've not done any configuration on it. I'm just really happy that it passes video when you plug it in without doing anything to it. So actually the person who works for the company that does the configuration of those lives about an hour south of me. So I'm going to schedule a time for him to come up, and then we're going to sit down and go through everything and figure it out. So
we're talking about the Mad VR Extreme, right?
That's right, Mark II.
The Mark II, rather. So,
Mark II.
Mark II.
Ooh, so you got that ECC RAM. Ooh,
I got ECC. I want to take it apart so bad.
Oh boy, don't even try it.
I want to take it apart and look and see. All right, let's see what kind of RAM's in here. I wonder what CPU it is, and because it runs on a x86 platform, right?
Yeah.
So those guys and Trenov. It's interesting that two of the leaders in the space are using that as opposed to flip chips or that kind of stuff. So they're not using purpose built silicon.
I think it's a 3080 and the x86, and there's a what's it called, the card that they use,
the video capture card.
Yeah, the video capture card. It's one of the retired ones that used to be in the market, and now nobody can find it. I think they bought every freaking version of it. I should probably stop talking, but
it's probably an Elgato card or something.
No, it's not Elgato. It's another one.
AverMedia.
Yeah, I think it's one of the retired AverMedia cards.
Okay, right on. Yeah, they sent over. I'm pointing at boxes that I've stacked up. So I've got like the 2 new AverMedia video capture cards, and I'm supposed to create some content on that pretty soon. But I like the guys over there at that company. That's a good crew they've got at AverMedia. I like them. But yeah, no, I'm excited to get it going. Of course, this is all in my remake or rebuild it theater project that's only in my head that I've never really talked about much. But I'm trying to move into what I consider to be like the future of home theater. And, this is one of the steps to get there. I got to figure out the screen next. So that's the next big part, but I don't know how I'm going to deal with that, because I need to be way wealthier than I am now to get what I want, unfortunately. But I'm excited, man.
You have some really nice gear in your theater. I know that you're running the Stark stuff, correct?
Yeah. So so my theater really, and I'll show it to everybody one of these days if anybody ever wants to see it. But it's more like a filming studio now almost than a theater. It's stuff comes in and out, so I keep it ripped apart all the time. But yeah, it's the kind of working back from the speakers. It's Stark sound. So I've got the ICH5 towers and IWH5s on the walls, and some IWH3s up high. An IWH3 center behind the screen. And that's, what am I running? 744 right now. I used to do the front wides too, but I don't know. It was kind of weird in the room. And I don't have like a purpose built awesome theater. I've got like what I consider to be like kind of a everyman. You got lucky and had a room in the basement that you could do something with theater. So, I started cutting holes and running wires, and I went crazy with it. But and it's like too square. I wish it was longer and I could do 2 rows and stuff. But it's cool. Yeah, the Stark stuff, and I've got the Trinoff stuff in there now, and the Mad VR and Kaleidoscape and Panasonic disc spinner.
You have that end game home theater, man.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
You have the end game.
It's all there except for the video portion, right? So I'm running like it's a JVC 570 from like 9 years ago or something like that. 8 years ago, 7 years ago. So still rocking that guy.
This got better contrast than the newer lasers, though.
Really? Maybe. I mean, it's good enough. I used to run a Optoma UHD 65, which is all right, but I had it behind a anamorphic lens, right? Are you guys familiar with the old ISCO 3Ls?
Yeah, the round one.
Yeah, so here, you can see me in my pajamas. Let me grab this thing.
You're better than Paul. At least you got pajamas on.
Well, after I saw the link, I went and put them on. So this is the lens I was using, right? So it's
good Lord.
I mean, these things are huge, right? I mean, it's like the size of my head. And I used it because my room is so short with the projector. The throw distance doesn't let me zoom enough to fill up my screen because I'm using a anamorphic, right? 2:4:1. So this old style, this is a horizontal expansion lens as opposed to the new ones, which are vertical compression.
Right.
But I got tired of having this thing up there and having to deal with it, so I took it out. And now with that old JVC, I can't zoom it quite large enough.
You want to show that again? You want?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
How much does that sucker weigh?
It's a good 20 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 15. It's got some weight to it. I mean, it's thick too.
Jeez.
So, and if anybody wants it, it's for sale. but now, the thing is, though, is now I can't zoom and fill the screen in completely when I'm running in widescreen mode. So, oh god, I don't know. The troubles of home theater, right? But yeah, what I really want to do is I want to go to a walls, not a television, but like a tile panel system.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
And that's my dream, right? Because I pontificate about this all the time online. I'm like, oh, the screens are that's the way of the future, and the room design is changing, and blah 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 blah. So I got to eat my own dog food, right? So I'm trying to figure out how to make that happen.
But the ones we saw at CDA, though, I think one of the ones we saw at CDA, how did you like the heat coming out of that thing, man? Because it felt like you would need a cooling system dedicated for your room.
So that's why I live in Colorado. In the basement,
true.
It's always like 62 degrees.
Yeah.
So I'm all like, when we watch a movie, they'll be like, go turn the screen on half an hour early just so I can warm up down there.
I mean, those screens look really good, but when you get close to them and you feel that warmth coming from it, like, wow. Yeah,
it's like we're going back to the plasma TV days.
Almost. Wow.
For me, I like that way. So if you can do projection right, and what I mean by right is actually design a full theater where you have a projection room, you can put your projector in there and all that stuff, and not build like a hush box and those kinds of things, but really get the projector out of the room, I think is really good, and I like it a lot. And projectors look great, but I can't get over that fan, man. I don't know.
Especially the JVCs. I know people love the JVCs, but I gotta call it, man. The JVC, the fan noise from my Sony to the JVC, my goodness,
big difference.
The delta is crazy. Yes.
Yeah.
Like the Sony had to be really doing some type of work for you to even remember it's there. The JVC just comes on and just says, "I'm here." You're like, bro,
Yeah.
I just turned this damn thing on.
I
it's
leave
like-
mine in eco mode because if I turn it to anything else, the fan, you can hear it, and
Yeah,
it's
but
and I'm
then
sitting
I can
right
hear
in
mine.
there.
especially
It's
when
pretty
when it
quiet.
switches from SDR to HDR content, it just booms, and you're like, come on, man, like, geez. It lets you know that this is HDR playing.
Yeah,
That's how loud
Is
it gets.
the switch. Yeah,
So
I mean the JVCs for me for like for any projector that's like in mortal person range, like mere humans can buy, JVCs are the absolute tops. I love them. Sony's really good too, but I'm like a contrast freak when it comes to projection. And I want to, the brights to be bright and the darks to be kind of inky. And JVC, they've cornered the market on that stuff, and it's just beautiful. I got a chance to go down to the projector shootout down in Colorado Springs at the screening room, and they had the JVC reps there, the Sony reps. They had the Epson. This was last year, I guess. It was 11,000, or maybe it was 12,000, 11,000. Anyway, and they lined them all up, and you got to watch, and they would flip between one and the other, exact same scene, and you could really see the difference. And man, the JVC is just crushed. The Sony's,
They had that at M-Wave too.
yeah, the Sonys are they're the beautiful picture, but when it
Yeah.
comes to that, the blacks and the contrast, the JVC has got the corner, kind of
Yeah,
the
I
market
say
cornered.
Absolutely.
I say Sony has the colors, JVC just has the blacks and the contrast, and it's up to you to decide what you really want, but the contrast
Absolutely.
just makes the colors look better. I don't
Yeah,
know why
right.
Sony just doesn't want to implement it for whatever reason, but
So, just to clarify, you said that the JVC is louder than the Sony, or vice versa?
it's louder than the Sony that I had. So I don't know if it's entirely a Sony thing, but I had the 325, which was the oldest school. But yes, it was way quieter than the JVC. The JVC, once I switched from like SDR content to HDR, you could hear that thing just go, then later tone itself down. I did not notice that with the Sony, especially during the SDR to HDR switch. That's the one that really gets me. It's like, because if you're in the middle of watching something and then you switch content, you can just hear it go. But I've been told that there's some settings that you can use just to tone down that noise, that fan noise. So I'm looking forward to trying it.
So,
Have you taken a decibel meter to test how loud it is? Because it really shouldn't be that loud.
It's noticeable, right? So when I say loud, I'm comparing it to something I previously had. So, it's not like it's a jet engine, but it tells me that it's there. That's
what is your laser set to? Is it set to high? Is it set? Are you using the sliding bar now? Did you upgrade the firmware?
Yeah, I upgraded the firmware, and that's what I was told, right? If I put it under 45 or something, there's a particular number, then it doesn't kick in. So that's something I need to play around with. So I think I know what to do. I just haven't gotten to doing it. So don't come at me, JVC fans, because I can already feel the vibe. I can already feel the vibes.
Did you guys hear what Ike said? Oh my God!
Just take it easy.
You're probably in high pitch.
Oh,
I
look,
picked-
Sammy, and look, Sammy. Oh, I didn't even know Sammy was in the chat. I should have just kept quiet. Actually, yeah. So Sammy did tell me about that number 46. Yes. So, yeah. Look at all the JVC guys, man. Just look at them.
Oh, you riled it up.
How dare you own that and not have it set perfectly?
I know, right? Hit the like button, guys, while you come up here.
I mean, all the Reddit and AVS forums out there. I can't believe you haven't read all of them yet.
I know, right? Nah. There's
What
more
a
to
shame.
life. There's more to life than that.
So, Giles, you joined us a little late, but have you seen the new Dune movie yet?
Oh yeah. Look right. Oh, here it is. Right there. That's my baby. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
The bucket.
Oh, the bucket from the theater.
That's the bucket. And yeah, I got to see it in Dolby Atmos in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. It's not a 70 millimeter projection. It's I don't yeah it's I mean, it's obviously Atmos and not IMAX 70 millimeter. I would love to see it in IMAX 70 mil somewhere, but I did at least see it in Atmos, and it was good. Now, you guys want me to really get off in this thing? Because I can chop it up a little bit.
No spoilers. There's a lot of us that haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. All right. So at a high level, the sound and visuals were awesome. I think there's going to be plenty of demo scenes to keep people going for a long time. And Cedia, I fully expect if the disc is out or it's out on Kaleidoscape, well, if it's on Kaleidoscape, more than likely, folks will be demoing that quite a bit. And I might even buy the disc for this one. I might. And I'm not a collector by any stretch of the imagination, but I love Dune, and I actually have I'm going to break my camera when I do this. I don't even know if you can see it. Oh, there you go. If you can see way over there in that frame, that's actually the Dune laser disc from '84.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So that I'm a big Dune fan. Oh man, now I'm crooked. And then over here, I've got all of the books. So all that stuff behind me, that's all paper. So yeah, I love Dune. And they deviated quite a bit from the book. Particularly for the second the second movie, but it was really good. I mean, it was really good.
Nice.
You got to watch it. I would watch it in a commercial theater too if you get a chance.
Yeah, I was just talking about that because I'm in the process of, for a long stint now. Don't leave me alone, and Paul, a long stint of building my theater here. So I was trying.
I heard that it's actually a myth, and you're not really doing it. You're just telling people that you're.
I just got pictures that are dragging on forever.
That's right. It is a myth.
Google, actually, they're not even my theater.
It's a rumor, and he's been green screening every time he shows it off.
He's got early access to Sora, the AI video generator. And he's like, Sora, show me a 1-minute video of a theater under construction.
Yeah.
So I was talking about trying to get it done so that I can, because I've actually not watched Dune 1 either because I'm saving it. There's a lot of movies that I've not watched for the past couple of years because I actually want to see them in the theater. So hopefully I can get this done by the time that Dune 2 comes out, and I can do like a double header, watch Dune 1.
That'd be cool. It'd be like if maybe they'll have an extended version. It'd be like 12 hours of Dune, and it's just 2 movies. It's good stuff. I think you'll like it. It's great. I wish there had been more like spacey stuff and more spaceships in the second one, but I think there'll be lots of that in the third one. So, but we shouldn't hold our breath on that though. What was that?
There's plans for a third movie.
Yeah, but
they were talking about that's the time you're going to finish your theater. Is Dune 3.
I actually saw an interview with Denis Villeneuve, or however you say his name, and he's like, I was going to go ahead and make that third one, but I decided to wait until that theater gets done.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, man, we're all waiting on you. Come on.
Hey, I got people volunteering to come down from like 4 hours away to help me get this done. That's what happens when you have a 4-year-old at the house. It takes a lot of time. So
I remember those days. I hear you. Next thing you know, what's that guy that designed like the
Paul, you're
theater?
not serious. That's not cool, man. You're supposed to be his friend, man. It will be renamed Sand Dude by the time oh my goodness. It's all good.
You guys have the best fans.
Yeah.
Your community is super supportive.
With friends like this, you don't need enemies, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep them close.
What's up, Fred? Welcome to the chat, man. Haven't seen you for quite a long time. Haterade in the house. Thank you, Haterade, for joining the stream. Appreciate you as always. Yeah. Haterade was our second or third guest on the podcast. So
yep.
If you haven't seen his home theater tour on his own channel, go ahead and check that out. Also, you can check him out here. Just just chatting it up on home theater. I believe it was, like I said, it was the second or third.
Yep,
episode.
Eric is in the chat. Thanks for joining in, Eric. Scotio is also there. Michael is on there. Fred, thank you guys for joining us, man. Good to have you on.
Yeah, no, it's kind of funny because you know, I don't know Jiles that well. I think Ike definitely knows him. I think Jiles and I have talked in passing a little bit on Facebook Messenger or something like that, but not very often. But I've actually followed his channel for quite some time back when he was I think when the channel was focused on doing the GSG home the subwoofer builds, and watched a lot of that when you were doing that. And my favorite one was one of the Kraken subwoofer that you
Oh
and
yeah, I
family
pressed my
did.
wife into service on that one. She actually painted it, and she's like, "You want me to do what? Why do you want me to paint this on this thing?" I'm like, "Come on, it'd be cool. That's the name of the subwoofer." And she's like, "Okay." Yeah, no, that was a fun one. But man, I got so much. I don't want to call it flack, but so many people are like, "It would have been better if you just left it, just black, right? You shouldn't have painted the thing on." Where you? I'm like, I like it. That's why we did it. Come on, it's funny.
Yeah,
It was good.
No, I've been following you for quite some time.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Watch you chip away at your block wall to put your center channel behind the behind the screen, and put those full sized Atmos speakers up in the ceiling.
Oh,
So-
dude, those things are like. I would I had to put it on my head and climb up the ladder, and then my wife is like using the drill to screw it in, and I'm all like, I'm gonna fall. It's like 40 pounds, and I'm scared that the little things on the drywall are gonna rip out and fall one day. Yeah.
Mitch, Ike, and I were kind of talking in the back in the green room before the show starts, and I was talking. I think I'm subscribed to like 280 YouTube channels, but that's all I watch. I don't watch regular TV or anything else like that. So if I'm watching something, it's usually a video on YouTube, or I've kind of migrated a little bit over to TikTok now. So just I like getting the quick hits, like the shorts and stuff like that. So, but definitely appreciate you joining us tonight. We have to get you on to do a full theater tour.
Yeah, anytime. Like I said, it's always ripped apart, but I'm happy to show off what there is.
Yeah, you got to show what you're working on and stuff like that. So you recently just reviewed the Trinoff, right?
Yeah, so I've got the first piece of content up about that, and actually Zach came over from Dream Media, and we filmed a bunch of stuff one day. So he was here for that first video, and it's the Altitude 16 and the Amplitude 16, and it's an amazing piece of equipment. I mean, it's just it sounds really, really good. And obviously the secret sauce is their tuning software, right? I mean, that's the magical piece, and it brings the goods, man. I've tried everything pretty much, and the top two are the ones that you would guess, right? The Storm and the Trinov, and I'll have more content coming on the Trinov. I'm going to go through and do a tuning and show how all that stuff works, right? And show behind the scenes kind of stuff and that kind of thing. But it's a great piece of gear. If you guys or anybody out there is looking for, something to be transformative, that's a good thing to do. I mean, I always say the first thing is speakers, right? But if you've got your speakers in place and you need to go next level, that room treatment, and then followed up with some nice tuning out of a Trinov or something, it's good stuff. Yeah, I love that gear.
Yeah. I've experienced the Trinoff in a couple showrooms, and I just don't think they had it, calibrated right. So I didn't get, the spatial audio, like the 3D audio and the mapping that I know it's capable of. But I think like I said, it was just due to the fact that it just wasn't calibrated correctly, or they didn't have their system set up correctly. So but I've heard the Storm at M Wave. Have you been to M Wave yet?
I've not. It always falls while we're on summer vacation. It's always in June, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it
and
No, the last 2 years have been July. It's in
Oh,
June
Was it
July?
this year.
July? Yeah.
yeah, so that's it's kind of tough for me during that time frame because we're that's the kids are out of school and we're always doing something, right? I want to go. I mean, that is like my kind of show. That thing is awesome. And
Yeah.
Michael's done an amazing job getting that going, getting it off the ground and working it. And I'm so happy for him that it's successful. But yeah, I mean, if anybody's into home theater, that's the one. Right, that's that one, and then the only other one that competes in the United States would be Cedia, but that's not really for